So welcome to School of Timeless Wisdom. My name is Omni Amin, and today this is a topic from the heart. It is about how do we know when loved ones have passed away that they are in fact connecting with us. And this journey that we call death, the ancient Egyptians and ancient civilizations called it life. So when we speak about the Egyptian Book of the Dead, in fact, it's a misinterpretation or mistranslation because it is the Egyptian Book of Life. And the Egyptian Book of Life takes the soul step by step on the journey of what to expect to cross to the other life. They took it so seriously, not just the ancient Egyptians, but many civilizations. And now modern science is also plugging in with all the people who had near-death experience. And you can find loads of books that you can read about this topic. Today, I am going to breach the fact that how do we know that a loved one who has passed has contacted us? Now, usually loved ones who are especially connected in harmony and are soul groups and they have soul contracts, stay and hover around the earth or around the family until they feel that the family is coping. What do I mean by this? When someone dies young or old, it doesn't matter. The age does not matter. But what they do, the souls are on a journey of maturity. So remember this, that there is nothing called he's better, she's better, a hierarchy. No, it is a journey of maturity. So the more mature a soul is, it's what we call an old soul, meaning that they have come and they have had lives for more than one time and they have learned through the process. It is easier for them to kind of like know ways and tricks of contacting the loved ones who are still alive and are mourning their death. So, for example, let's say someone had a sudden stroke and he wasn't that old and left his wife who was in terrible grief. What normally happens is this soul, depending on its maturity, it will be revolving around its loved ones. So whether the mother, whether the sister, whether the children, and it's sending them from the heart chakra or from their soul energy. And this energy, it depends on how the soul is able to communicate. So sometimes it sends it to the heart chakra, sometimes it sends it here, they hover around the head, and sometimes they just stand beside their loved ones and hug them. Then you will tell me, how will I know, or how do we know that they really hug me? Souls tend to, who passed away, tend to use various techniques. One of them is when someone is in terrible grief and they are crying nonstop. When a soul knows how to direct part of its energy to the loved ones, they find that they have suddenly just stopped crying and don't know what made them stop crying. They don't even know where the tears went. Like, why did they stop? They were in a fit of crying and then they just stopped and they are calmer. Here, they start to, and when this happens, the soul starts of the deceased, or of the one, I don't like to use the word deceased, but of the one who passed on, moved on, to send energy, calming energy. And they connect best not with people who are, let's say, the older you are and you are into 1 + 1 = 2, there is no life after death. It becomes difficult for them to receive, but still there are ways that this soul can tune in. And they usually tune in through the children. The children are very receptive, and they would come and say, oh, daddy's here. Oh, mommy's here. Oh, my little baby brother is playing around. And the younger they are, the more receptive that they will be and will be giving messages. Let's say there are no children around and just a wife or a husband is grieving. When someone loses a loved one and you are in touch with something that they possessed, like a book, like a Bible, or a book they always read, a ring they always wore, beads or rosaries that they always held, and you find that you're just getting up, and for some reason you're directed towards that book or the beads or the wedding ring, and you don't know why you picked up this particular item. Here, you have been directed by the soul to hold something from them, because we are energy, and our energy is transferred to the objects that are especially held by us or worn by us for a long time. So this is why when you hold a ring or a chain or a necklace or something by a loved one, you feel that they are with you. Another very important way of communication is you're standing in the kitchen or looking from the window or walking, and you suddenly have this scent, and this scent reminds you of that person. So you'd say, oh my God, my mom always loved the scent of roses or lilies. Or, my goodness, this man who just passed by or someone passed by is wearing his perfume. My dad's perfume or my ex-husband's perfume or whatever. So the scent is unedited. And then you look behind to see who's wearing that perfume, and you find that there is no one. So just whiffs of scents that remind you of a loved one. If you're sitting and you're not doing anything, and suddenly that loved person who moved on comes to your mind, it means they're telling you, I'm here. Or you're just there and an item suddenly falls on the floor and you go and pick it up, and it's any item that belonged to them, and you'd say, oh, maybe the wind, maybe something made it fall down. No, it didn't. It's just that they are nudging you or playing a game or saying, I'm here. Or you're walking and you smell the favorite food. So there are many ways that loved ones contact us. The most important time that they are there, if when the family is in trauma, that loved one died in a sudden car accident or had a massive heart attack and passed away. So here, when they feel that their family is in a lot of grief, they remain. They do not pass. They want to give comfort. And that's when people say, oh, I'm getting goosebumps, or I really feel so-and-so is here around me. You will say I'm crazy. No, it's not crazy. A soul, just as when its time comes and it passes away, it also decides to linger and hover around until the loved ones are willing to release, are in a better state. And how do we know? We'll find that we're no longer in terrible grief. Of course, there is sadness, but because death comes in waves, the shock of death brings, first of all, denial. I can't believe it that he or she is gone. I can't believe I will not see them again. So there is this shock, and then denial, and then it can bring overwhelming, uncontrollable grief and sadness. It can also bring depression, apathy. It depends on the person. But slowly, we start to recover. So here, whenever we are speaking, invoking the name of a loved one, know that they are around. And seeing anything related to them, know that they are around. And the most important thing for a loved one is that you release them. This is important for you and for them, because souls, as I said, are on a course of maturity. Just as you are here on earth growing from a child to become an older person, a mature person, wiser person, also souls are on a journey of wisdom. And depending on how much that they have been working on themselves and the number of lifetimes that they have been coming, not just necessarily to this plane, but to other planes that they have had the wisdom of, or they have worked through them, that they would have access to knowing how to make a difference to the families and the loved ones that they are leaving behind. Now, what's the soul's journey? The soul's journey is usually very quick. The minute the person passes away and they've got family who are able to cope, they exit very quickly. Does this mean they never visit us? No, they do. The minute you invoke them, the minute you mention their name, they're there. The best way to honor the dead is to remember the happy times. Never moan and groan and keep on remembering things that were not nice, and send prayers. You can light a candle, you can burn incense, and you can just open the heart chakra and connect with them, and they are always there. So trust in the process, trust in yourselves. Some will say, no, the death is the end of everything. If this is what you want to believe in, then go ahead. But a lot of people say that even if they are not receptive in the conscious part to receive messages from their loved ones, once they go to sleep, you dream of them. The more mature a soul is, the more it will know how to intercept and insert himself or herself in your dream. Or sometimes you would say, oh, I wish they would just hug me. And if you have a dog or a cat, that dog or cat suddenly jumps in your lap and as if it's hugging you. You know, pets are amazingly receptive and they use the pets to engage. And at times when, let's say, a wife was always her husband works too hard, and she goes and hugs him from behind and kisses him on his ear or neck or whatever, you would feel tingling in that area. So the soul is saying, I'm here, I'm here. Or the lights or things with electronics, they are very good with electronics. Going like the voice or something moving, or who switched the TV on? Oh, I didn't, did you? Things like that. It's playfulness. Now, I always advise people to not fake things, but to be open and to send a prayer and to know one thing, that that beautiful soul that graced the earth and graced your life can never be over. It is there and it will come to visit you whenever needed. The thing that you can do for them and do for yourself is to move on with happiness, with joy. Remember them with joy. If you feel single, find someone to love and maybe remarry. If you feel lonely, have a community, engage and give, forgive, and just gift the presence, your presence to the universe, and receive it back. So trust that your loved ones are never over. They are there, embedded in your dreams, your everyday. The five senses receive them, and they're around you whenever you remember them. Even when you don't have, especially when you don't have a cause to remember them, and you'd say, why is so-and-so coming to my mind? It's because they're saying, hello, we missed you, and we're still here. So remember the joy the joy. Something that I really love about Latin America is that they celebrate death. Death for them is a celebration because death is no more than life, a new life, a new life, and you will join that life force once you two pass through the corridor and meet again with your soul group. So just remember this: the heart, a smile, and a greeting. They're always there. Thank you.